What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're taking a look at the NVO-228, a weapon that's often overlooked and honestly kind of hated by a lot of players because of its spread. It's known for having one of the worst spreads in the game, but after spending a ton of time testing and maxing it out, I actually don't think it's bad at all. This gun can hit hard, and when it's built right, it's way more consistent than people think. I've got two builds for you today. The first one is an all-round setup that fits both aggressive and defensive playstyles. Honestly, it's the one I recommend to most players. The second one is the super aggressive players. It's all about speed and movement, but it doesn't run a suppressor, so you'll be trading a bit of stealth for raw power. The NVO-228E is an assault rifle that packs some serious punch. It deals 33 damage per bullet, which makes it one of the hardest hitting ARs in Battlefield 6. The catch is its low rate of fire. Only 654 rounds per minute, so you won't be outgunning the high RPM rifles up close unless you hit your shots. What makes this weapon interesting is that it's surprisingly mobile and really good up close when you play it aggressively. The recoil isn't that bad either. It's manageable, especially once you start hitting the right attachments. So the strengths of the NVO are its high base damage. Each bullet hits hard, so you don't need to land many to drop an enemy. It's got okay velocity, making it easy to hit moving targets at mid-range. It's got great mobility, fits perfectly for players who like to move fast and push objectives. And there's flexible builds, works well for both aggressive and more careful players. The weaknesses, however, are the low rate of fire. 654 can lose to faster firing guns if you get caught off guard. And one of the other weaknesses is the high spread, and it's not ideal for the long distance fights. Here's how to unlock the NVO-8E if you didn't know. You'll need to reach Assault Class level 5 and complete the Rapid Fire 2 assignment. Once you've done that, you'll have access to this weapon, and that's where the fun really starts. Now, this is how to use the NVO-228. The best way to play this gun is to stay aggressive but smart. Even though the rate of fire is lower, the damage per shot is more that makes up for it. If you can stay mobile and the closer distance, you'll absolutely melt people. Try to stick within 30 to 50 meters for most fights. That's basically the sweet spot. Up close, use the hip fire when needed and don't be afraid to push. But if you're trying to fight someone across the map, start tap firing or even burst firing to control the spread. The recoil pattern isn't the problem with this gun, it's the bloom. So learning to fire in shorter bursts is the key to hitting your shots consistently. My main build focuses on reducing spread and recoil while keeping that good mobility and damage output. It's perfect if you like to switch between aggressive and defensive playstyles depending on the map or the situation. The second build, on the other hand, is for the extremely aggressive player. It drops the suppressor and adds more mobility focused attachments so you can run and gun, flank enemies and push objectives at full speed. It's louder, but it's an absolute blast to use if you play fast. So the final thoughts of the NVO. The NVO might not be the meta AR, but with the right build, it's a really solid and underrated weapon. It rewards good accuracy and positioning, and once you learn how to handle the spread, you'll see how effective it can be. It's not for everyone, but if you enjoy high damage, low rate of fire weapons that still let you play aggressive, this is the one you want to try out. If you enjoy these kinds of weapon guides videos and want to see more Battlefield 6 builds, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton and keeps the content going. Now let's get into the builds. So here's the first build I have for you guys today. It has the suppressor on it, and honestly I think this build is just usable on basically any map you want to play. It is stealthy, it's got a good hip fire and a pretty good recoil control, so you can kind of play with it any way you would like. Let's start off with the sight, which I use basically only the OSA 7 one-time scope. It's the sight I by far used the most. I think it's the only one I used. Maybe I tried the mini flex a little bit. Again, with this weapon, the recoil is okay-ish, so you can try higher zooms like the 1.75. The ROM is actually quite clean if you like to use those ones. I personally just stuck around with the one-time scopes for this weapon, so the OSA 7 is the one I would recommend. Now, I actually have a green laser, and I would recommend tossing on a pretty good laser for this build. The main reason for that is that up close you can win those gunfights because it is a 3-hit kill up close, but the rate of fire is 654, so you want to be hitting basically all your shots because it's a little less forgiving. Usually lower rate of fire weapons are just a little less forgiving. If you miss one shot, it just takes a bit for the second shot to come out. Even though 600 rate of fire might seem quite high, it's going to be hard to beat the other weapons with a higher rate of fire weapon. With the green laser, you just simply miss less shots up close when you're hip firing. So the green laser is very much recommended. I always say this, and I'm gonna keep on saying this. You are visible with the green laser, so especially in darker areas, be aware of this. Point your laser towards the ground if you're reloading, or if you are in a corner waiting for an enemy to be around. Just point your gun against the wall or something where the enemy cannot see it, because they will be prepared for you. And especially again with low rate of fire weapons, you kind of want to not let them know you're there. So green laser is the one I would recommend on this one. Then I have the suppressor. I really noticed that with this gun, I'm going on flanks. I'm trying to be a bit more stealthy. So the 20-point suppressor is good. It reduces hip fire accuracy a little bit again though. So you're kind of countering that with the green laser side. This fully hides your in-world spotting. So when you're shooting, you don't have this big red icon above your face. And there's a certain range where you're not spotted on the minimap. Just be aware if they're, I believe it is 20 meters, not 100% sure. If they're within 20 meters of you, they'll still see you on the minimap. Moving over to the barrel, I used the basic barrel. Don't have any points left for the other ones, so basic barrel is on there. And then I went with the alloy vertical, which slightly reduces recoil. You can also go with the rib vertical, which moderately reduces recoil at the cost of aim down sight accuracy while moving. Both grips are good. Just keep in mind when you use the rib vertical that when you start strafing, your bullets start to get a lot of spread. And NVO already has pretty bad spread. But again, if you struggle to control the recoil, use this, but make sure you stand still when you're firing your shots, otherwise your accuracy just gets too bad with this build. Then I have the 36 round mag, which is quite good. A couple of extra bullets can be quite nice. It's only costing 5 extra points. The 30 round fast is also a great option, by the way. Both of these options I could recommend. Personally, I stuck around with the 36 round mag. 2.5 second reload speed. It's not the fastest, but it's not completely terrible. And then we have the standard FMJ rounds. So there you go. That is the first build of the NVO. Here we have the second build. This is the super aggressive build. If you're playing maps like Iberian Offensive, Manhattan Bridge, Empire State, Siege of Cairo, the close quarter maps, it might even be good for the close quarter game modes, which I personally don't play a lot, but this build is made for that. Like King of the Hill, Domination, it is super aggressive, a lot faster than the other build. Starting off with the stuff we already had is the green laser. That was on the previous build. We have the OSA 7 one-time scope. That was on the previous build. And we have the 36 round mag. Again, the 30 fast round could be good on this as well if you're wanting to have a bit of a faster reload speed and don't care for those extra 6 bullets. And then we have the standard FMJ rounds. Now the main changes here are we got rid of the suppressor and put a flash hider on there. The flash hider only removes the in-world spotting, so you don't have that big red icon above your player model. So that's a big change. You're going to be appearing on that minimap though, but for close quarter game modes, for example, it doesn't really matter because a lot of your gunfights are within those 20-meter range, so you're going to be appearing on the minimap even when you're using the suppressor. So we're going with that flash hider. Then we have the short barrel, modified factory barrel that improves hip fire accuracy and enable a faster transition to aim down sight, making it a lot more aggressive. It reduces that projectile velocity, but again, for the aggressive playstyle, it doesn't really matter if your bullets are a bit slower. And then we have the angled grip, which slightly reduces recoil, increases weapon draw speed, and enable a slightly faster transition aiming down sight. This build is a whole lot faster than the other build. Definitely one I could recommend as well for the more aggressive player. Hopefully this build video was useful. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.